And hello there. Welcome to Nat19. Not welcome back to Nat19. Welcome to Nat19.
Vestige of Ophiuchus. On that note, our campaign begins in, I changed a little bit of this since then, in the capital of a country called Mott, the Summergrass capital. Mott is one of the domains of Retia, effectively a country within the landmass. It is a primarily merchant-fueled domain filled with hunters, fishermen, traders, farmers, an imposing mountain range called the Skywall, and the Catmoss, the nation's greatest forest. And by greatest, I mean largest. It's effectively a forest the size of a country. I wanted to get all of that out there so that someone can transcribe it. Bam! And which is effectively where people that are not trusted to own land properly in the city live, which is just a fact of life in this place. Cahulian races, elves, centaurs. So, well, there's no centaurs here, but so on.
I don't want to play anymore.
If there's no centaurs!
What's even the point?
And you guys each came to this place for your own reasons. You signed up through an adventuring league called the Dragging Dagger, which handles guilds and takes requests and is basically a mercenary service. And you had all had to meet in a tavern to discuss if you were willing to adventure with one another because of a person requirement for this particular thing.
Hi, I'm Vogan. I want to gain renown. I fight up close. Don't mind my appearance.
I'm gonna go ahead and share an image of the collective party real quick. Oof.
Yeah.
Let's go down. We'll go down the line. So, Aristo, let's say that you. What do you establish? How do you introduce yourself, and what do you put on the table?
Greetings. Aristo Tanwin is my moniker. Detective by trade. Here for a job of sorts. We'll take it from there.
Lexi.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I can turn into a fox, but I don't like telling anybody because it's kind of a secret thing. But I'm really, really good at sneaking because of it. And this is my best friend, Fenris. And yes.
This is so much better.
I was a bit disappointed that there was no immediate reaction there.
I was waiting for a fucking thing to be done. We had to wait and we had to hear it through.
We're polite. We're
I
polite.
was like, wait a minute.
You did not tell you, Spence.
Fucking... Is that the last secret, Carrie?
You're funny.
Fenris.
My name is Fenris Selbron, and I hail from the Temple of Tequin. I am a cleric and I aim to help with amniosis, and I am traveling with my companion, Lexi, of course. So whatever ails you, I will help with.
Miriam.
Hello there, Miriam Lucius at your service. I tell stories, I sing songs, but most importantly, I like to study people in any way possible. And I am here in support of my good friend. Quintus and I will be of, I think, general use. I think you'll enjoy it.
And Quintus?
Stands up, foot on chair.
Oh my God.
Looks at Kitty. Looks back to the group. I am Lord Quintus of House Valorbilt, and I'm here to aid each of you in our pursuit in... Kitty, what are we doing?
Well, we're helping.
It doesn't matter. Following bandits, so that I may get my just reward. Also, I'm here to protect each and every one of you on our journey. I hail from the land away, where I have sold myself to my lord Heros, the Scarlet Mane.
The screen pulls away. Just the screen changes to a map of the continent.
The land away. A country not dominated by a high lord, and instead ruled by a council of knights known as the Lion's Council.
Thank you, guy.
What he said. Just goes to the next table. There's a guy just like practicing his enunciation, like the land away. What?
Now tell me, is everybody here ready?
For what?
For lunch, of course.
I'm fine.
Everything about me is straight and forward. Except for, you know,
You're
some things
in the
about me.
tavern with your standard out.
Just standing there. Kitty, wave it around a little, geez.
This fucking thing.
Dude, instead of like a cape of billowing, you need to get a standard of billowing.
Oh my
Yes!
god, yeah.
Kitty, can you, like, when you come back from like putting the, when you come back, can you like shake the tabard, like, can you like, shake the standard a little bit? Like there's wind going through, you know what to do.
Wave it a little for God's sake.
Absolutely. I'll get right on that. So you're eating. Quintus is obviously eating. You, my well-dressed fellow.
Yes?
Are you going to be having anything to eat?
Personable, constantly cleaning out the same mug bartender, is up at the front, and he's like, "Oh, actually, your money's no good here, so don't worry about it. I overheard your conversation. You can go ahead and give that money back to the knight."
Seems a little like
Maybe I like it.
in your face about everything. I'm not.
What are we whispering about?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm whispering about how Quintus is very loud.
He is very loud, I like it. But if he's very loud, why are you whispering? Shouldn't you also be trying to be very loud like him?
No, I don't want to be.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay,
Hey, what's going on over here?
Nothing at
I
all.
think we're playing a
I was
whispering
talking about how loud you
game.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty loud. Making friends already. I get it.
I'll try.
We should just keep calling each other our regular names. You know, Quintus and Kitty. Has a good name of it. Has a good ring to it too.
Should we call you Kitty or no?
You can call me whatever you want.
Okay, I'll call you Kitty.
I feel
Damn.
uncomfortable sitting between you.
Well, like Kitty here, he's like really special. Like Kitty, tell him how special you are.
I am so special.
Ah.
I can do this, and I do that thing where I put my hand in front of my hand and make it look like my thumb has come off.
Oh my God, Kitty, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh,
My
thank God.
word.
Oh. And what about you, good sir? Looks over at Aristo.
Well, I'm a fair hand at information gathering and small talent for magic. He'll snap his fingers and summon his friend.
But I'm already here.
Yes, you are, Brogan. You are.
Hey, Aristo, you should probably put that thing away.
He just like gives you like you try to give you like a really subtle death glare.
I'm like scratching its head with my finger, very politely.
No.
What would you like to call your guild? You need a unified name.
We need that name.
Oh.
Kitty, should we tell them the one we were thinking of? The one
It's
we
a
were-
pretty good
we were
name.
practicing?
I think it's. I've already signed my name. It's definitely the best thing we've come
only
up
if
with.
only if they want to. I mean,
Yeah,
wanna
it's
hear
true.
it.
We would want to force it upon them.
What do you?
I
What,
mean,
what do you
Yes,
think?
go for it.
well, well, excuse us 1 second. Just turns to everybody else. What I was thinking is that, like this guy said, things are a little bit rigid around here, and we need to show people that we keep things up to a higher standard. So how about the highest standard?
I'll go wave it.
Oh my God.
Aristo like puts his cane under his armpit and starts slowly clapping.
I think they can hold us up to
joins
the
in
highest
clapping.
standard.
Yay.
Well, I for one approve.
No, Quintus.
So it was the highest standard then? That was the name?
The highest standard.
So, the job that you wanted was the bandits ruining research, was what he posted
Bandits.
it as. Bandits, yes, ruining research. He goes into a file cabinet, ye old file cabinet, and starts sorting through things very quickly with his very large metallic hands daintily sorting through different files. Then he pulls out what looks like an enclosed letter that has that written on it, moves over to you guys, puts it in front of you. The reward for this is 2,400 gold pieces. It was originally more, but we take a cut. It includes the original letter sent to us by the gnome you'll be working for. The details effectively include resolving the problems of the gnome in question, one Mr. Kyverium Southrester, who from my understanding is a distinguished doctor in the medical fields. He wants you to meet him at Fort Deepwell, where he is currently performing his craft, and try to help deal with some bandits that have been ambushing transports with his research.
Bandits.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
Perfect. We'll get right on that, my mechanical friend.
We'll be back before you even know we were gone.
Pleasure doing business with you.
You are one of the strangest looking guilds I've seen come in here in a very long time. You go get them. Now, Fort Deepwell is a few days' travel away from here, so I'd prepare yourselves well before you head off.
Kitty, what else is he saying? I left already.
We need to go shopping.
Got it.
All right, we're gonna leave now. I feel like we're just kind of standing here staring at you.
This is
You
so
have a
cool.
lovely day. I hope business picks up. If it doesn't, have fun with your...
Have a nice day, sir. Bye.
Goodbye.
Good day, sir.
I have a day's rush.
About 10 days.
You need food. Let's go
No,
get
I
you
only
some.
have one. I only have
Of
one.
course.
Food. Yeah.
Each of you should have your food. Come, let's go to the food store.
The
Excuse
food
me, random
store.
gentlemen.
Yes, I'm Random Gentleman.
Which way to the best food store?
So it is that way to best food store, sir.
Thank you. Here's
Yup.
the gold.
Yay! This is more money than I've made in a month.
I flick him the gold. If any of you do have a better eye than me for any sort of wares out there, which I believe most of you probably would, then be yourselves to get me anything you might think I might like. And one day I will return the favor with my body.
He means that.
What?
There's no need for that. I can insist.
Amorous, what does he mean?
I don't know, and that's what scares me.
He means he'll protect you with his life.
Oh, okay.
Although I am looking... I'm kidding.
Although he is looking for a wife as well, so keep that in mind.
No, I'm good.
There is a figure that seems to be keeping tabs on something in your general vicinity, and they look far larger than anyone else around here. Like, you can tell, based on their stature, they're much larger than even Journey, a Warforged, was. Whenever you notice them, they notice you back immediately, and they seem to just disappear back behind the houses that they were behind.
I want to run after him.
Oh, he saw it too. Heading over.
Oh, all right. Lexi, let's go.
We're running after Vogan.
Everybody across the board to roll me dexterity checks.
Hell yeah.
Okie doke.
Oh, look at those!
Not too
Some
bad.
solid.
Oh my god!
Are we
That's
doing
good for me.
Does this campaign have
wait.
Nat19 inspiration?
Yep, go ahead, take an inspiration. Those that got a 19. You guys initially break free from the crowd. Your owl is following above the area. This figure sort of lumbers around as they dart through alleyways. You do manage to catch up effectively to them, in a sense, enough that you can see them darting around the ends of alleys, enough to just keep tabs on where they're going.
Follow that bird!
They're about 100 feet down the road from you at this point. As this happens, a procession of people swarming to the bazaar go between the two of you, and like a serial killer behind a bus, he disappears.
I
All right,
point
I'll send
toward
him
like a
on.
random guy on the street here. Hey, you! You see a big guy?
I've seen several big guys. You're one of them. Well,
Normally
you're
large
actually.
guy.
To you, a lot of people could. Not recently.
Wearing a cloak, kinda ogre-y face.
I was distracted. Sorry, I was deep in thought.
You're useless!
I'm sorry.
Throws him.
Give me back my gold! I'm kidding.
I rolled a perception check for him and he got a 1. So
What could that have possibly been? You saw it, right? They were watching us, I believe.
A bit peculiar, but not unbelievable in these parts.
Well, we must have scared him off. Let's go get our food.
you just ate. Oh, for the trip.
Yeah, for the trip. Lord Harrows, I'm talking about the trip.
Don't worry about it. We'll,
You got it.
Now, if
I'm
he
sure
ran
we'll
off
get
into
him
the
next time.
fields, then he wouldn't have gone anywhere.
Hindsight is 20/20 in this type of situation. Of course, if they continue to follow us, we will probably have more opportunities.
I got eyes like a hawk.
Clearly.
Hawks
I mean-
lose things sometimes.
I mean, we all lost them.
So who?
Oh, there's
a
this
big
big old
guy.
ogre guy.
Didn't see him.
You eventually do come to a unmarked, no-name food stall that appears to be built into the front of a larger store. Again, there's no sign, there's no name, there's just a very large sign that has a, what looks like should be like two swords crossing, but is a large pineapple and carrot crossed over each other. You guys walk inside. You see at the front there is a man who is appears to be bald, wearing mostly robes, and has a blindfold tied around his head, blocking his eyes. But he seems to turn as you walk in. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello.
Do you have beans? No.
Oh yes, just allow me
happen to have
Sorry, we
lentils?
have a particular associate that handles our beans. Ye old Briar, could you come to the front?
I thought you were gonna say ye old David.
No. Back out of it we go. We get a lot of your kind in here. This city is it's a.
I don't like how he said.
When he says your kind.
After a silence, like adventurers.
Ah.
Oh, I thought he would said the racist thing. I mean, a lot of vegetables aren't very good, Lexi, but you could try spinach. It's super good.
No, I don't like spinach.
Once a
Why don't you
fortnight.
like spinach?
Like,
It is very difficult to convince her to do much of anything, to be completely honest, that she does not have the free will to do.
Lexi, look at the size of my neck.
He raises a
I
fantastic
mean,
point.
This
it's
is what
really
spinach
big,
gets you.
but spinach makes you have a really big neck.
Well, really big everything.
All
I
of this
don't
could
want
be
it. I
yours,
don't-
Lexi.
I don't want it.
It gives you more energies for when we go on walks.
We should do that. We should go on a walk there.
You find a place where you're able to transform into a fox.
Yay!
Are you I assume you're merging all of your items with you? Okay, then you have an hour before you have to transform back and then back again.
I'm a fox now.
It's true.
Now I can't talk to people.
Whoa, where'd Lexi go?
She's right here.
And what's this thing? I've never seen a fox in my life.
In all fairness, I told you guys this was a thing I could do.
What the fox?
Ah, I see, Cassandra. It's been quite a while since I've met one of your kind.
No, she said it was a fox.
A one
are you sure she's not like an actual like dog or
A one
something? She doesn't have the
No,
mentality of a
she's
dog.
simply friendly.
So are dogs.
You head back, you meet back up with the others. What are you doing there? Because there's the rooms
How
you
many
can go up
rooms
into.
do we have?
How many rooms are available at the Dragging Dagger? That is what a good question. The Dragging Dagger. There are currently 5 rooms there, and 2 of them appear to be occupied by other people that are here. The 3 rooms that remain each have 2 beds in them.
All right.
All right, who's staying with me?
No.
I volunteer as tribute.
I was secretly hoping it was you. Well, our doors are open for anyone who wants to come in and chat about manly things tonight.
It's the party room, y'all!
The party room is room Valor built.
They give us 3 rooms. We sleep in one.
Yo,
Awful.
what the fuck?
Awful.
None of that.
What do you consider manly?
Just about anything. Anything you're passionate about.
What are we doing?
Well, I'm going back to the party room.
I take it that your guys are going to sleep. So you get a campfire going. The horses get into horse sleep mode. Do horses?
Shutting down.
Yes.
Do horses sit
standing.
when they sleep standing? They do, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they
The
sit
only
for
time
too
they
long,
go
their
down
legs
is like
break.
if they're lying down, which is concerning for a horse, or they're doing bat scratches.
Izzy, roll me a +3 perception check for Venodath
For
from
Billy.
Miriam.
Oh, man.
Billy!
You know
Come
what?
on,
He's
Billy.
taking a bit of a breather for the first one.
More of a day owl. Oh, they have advantage. They have advantage on perception checks.
Oh,
Keen hearing
again.
insight. Do it again.
I was honestly hoping for another one.
Yeah, same.
So, time to do a roll that's gonna determine how all this is gonna go.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, dude, yay! All right, the owl flying around overhead, hooing loudly every once in a while, is a bit distracting. As
I lose 9 AC whenever I get rid of both my things.
Oh my god, really?
you don't need to take off your shield because you can grab it as an interaction, but yeah.
Good.
Given the noise that went off, the hunting trap springing, you guys hear the clanging of a metal trap, and you hear very faint,
Oh, that was close.
and then shuffling. Miriam, you're awake. You would have heard that. We are immediately gonna go into combat with everyone else being surprised. You would see a very large figure in the darkness, illuminated lightly by the campfire. You hear the whinny of a distant horse, and you see a figure that looks like the general size of the one that you'd seen before. It's pretty clearly distinguished now as being a half ogre.
I can't wait to fight in my underwear.
That is the only way to fight, no?
Oh, what a big
You
ol'.
see a very large boy standing over you, trying to sneak clearly, like he has his arms up as if he's daintily looking towards the group. Has a very large battle axe between his monstrously large hands, and as soon as he sees you guys look towards when the track goes off, he just goes, "Oh, fuck!" And then he just charges towards you.
One of Logan's traps went off. There's the big guy that was following us earlier.
No, stay quiet, please! Boys, we've been found!
Why, stranger?
Heckin, as you do that, so that's your interaction. As soon as you do that, he like legit puts his hand out to you as you take out the bell. He's like putting his hands up like, "No! Don't do that! Ring, ring, ring! No! No!"
Got him.
What are you doing here?
Step aside, little
following us?
halfling.
No, you're gonna hurt my friends because you were following us earlier. What do you want?
I want him.
Points over towards Quintus.
Oh.
Me.
I woke you up, bitch.
Give us the valor-built knight and you can all go.
Why'd you want him?
'Cause he's a valor-built knight.
Ah, you want a fair one-on-one fight, do you?
Well, not so much, no.
Ah, you want a fair 3-on-1 fight, do you? Friend, if you know of me, then
Know
you
of
should
you?
probably know, then you should stay back.
Not quite. Bill Gog would pay a very large price for you. Yeah.
He like, as you go, uh-oh, he like nods at you like,
You see what's going on.
Oh, that's not good.
I left that army because I didn't want any part of this war, but I heard one of you had come down here, and when I saw you, it was like, I could bring you back, and he would treat me like royalty.
He's busy right now. This is very rude of you. We were trying to sleep.
Well, you
Listen. If your fight is with me, then leave these people out of it.
Okay.
All right, let me get my armor on really quick.
All right, you get your armor on, and a lot of you get to the side.
Do any of you intend to step aside and let him fight this half ogre?
No.
At least pretend to, so I can put my armor on.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him get his arm
Yeah.
on.
Mokan, they're not just going to give up the compatriot. We have to take down all of them if we want to bring him back.
Yeah, but he said that he'd be fine fighting me on his own. I just want the reward for the night, tiny man.
He like raises his weapon as you come at him.
I'll pull up my my long sword and try and do him a bap.
Do him a bap.
Dude.
That's in that one.
Bogan, watch out, he's fast!
As you rush towards him and you bring your long sword, your cleaver-like weapon up to try to strike him, he puts his hand out, he puts both of his hands out and knocks you away with his elbow.
Tired of living like a rat in this city. I want my reward from Milgog for him, and you're not going to get in my way.
It's gonna stop, it's gonna hit it, he's gonna trip, like, damn it! They set traps!
I've placed a lot of traps around here, so don't even try to get close.
The one that got trapped super believes you. All Also, Burlestang totally believes you. Sagragorn, you just, whenever you say I set a lot of traps, you just hear him go, Winchester's gonna
Winchester
charge
has
this
more
guy. Nay! He rushes,
He's a war horse.
he rushes up,
War is in the name.
brings his hooves up and strikes him, smashes that orc and bloodies him.
You were saying, Spencer?
Oh my god.
Mokan's turn.
Move it, little man!
And he hit. That is definitely a hit. I really hope this doesn't just one-shot you. Nope.
I didn't.
Hell yeah!
He rolled real bad. He swings, and you take 3 damage from the attack as the great axe, the battle axe he has, comes down on you.
You know, for a big guy, you hit pretty shallow.
No, I don't. I'm the fearsome Moken Deerweiser!
Kitty, take care of them! Ah! I take my spear from Winchester, my standard.
Oh.
And I'm going to double-hand it,
right.
dropping my shield. I need to show them the highest standard. Hiya!
That's a hit.
Nice.
Hiya!
You strike him. He is not downed by it, but he looks like he's super on his last legs. Like, you run it through him. He brings up his great axe, and it causes the spear to deflect into his shoulder instead of going straight through him. It does pierce through it and, like, out through the other side of his shoulder. He lets out a and then pulls back and removes it from his shoulder.
The icon of House Valorbuilt will be your demise! Also, I'm gonna touch myself and make me feel better.
Deerwise, you said your name was?
Deerweiser.
Only thing fearsome about you is the stench.
Oh, shit.
Oh, snap.
Oh, you got him! You see him he recoils when you say that, and though he was on a tough face, you hear
I'll turn to Aristo and give him a pat on the back. Get him, big guy, you got this.
We don't have to bring you back alive.
and he's
Wait, I need to take off my shield.
Okay.
Okay. See if you can beat me with my 9 AC.
Oh, go.
he brings up his great axe, he brings it down on you. He missed, he got a 7.
Fuck yeah!
You have to live through one game at least.
I'm gonna roll a d4 to decide what this boy's gonna do. If it's okay. So he sees the owl. He's gonna decide not to move. He's gonna go ahead and throw a javelin at Venedeth.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Bye, Billy.
My boy.
He gets a Nat 19.
Bye, Billy.
But oh no.
Here it
That
goes.
owl's fucking done, so yeah.
Yeah. He sees it bothering Moken, and he's just like, "You need to focus up, Moken! We need your muscle uninhibited by your tiny brain!" And he throws the javelin and hits the bird and destroys it.
That's not very nice.
Billy!
You gonna take that?
Oh, Billy. Oh, I'm so I'll get you back.
Okay,
I'm gonna try to shoot him with my crossbow.
alrighty. That is a hit.
Hey.
Yep, you do 16 damage.
Hell yeah!
Hot damn.
Oh my god.
Got him.
Level 1
I'm so
gameplay.
proud of you.
Bogan, you said you wanted to get the big bad guy over there, so I'm just gonna get this small guy, okay?
Fucking, he just yells and is like,
Holy shit.
we need your muscle uninhibited by your tiny brain. Kills the owl, runs up, immediately falls back as a crossbow bolt gets him in the throat. Just, your tiny brain. Winchester.
Get him, Winchester.
Winchester's gonna go for a horse attack.
Get him!
He gets a horse 14.
Oh.
He does a horse kill.
Yay!
Winchester
Good job, Winchester.
Winchester turns around and back hoof kicks kicks it, sending him flying 10 feet away.
Now quick, go to Fenris!
You just see fucking Sagargon's like fucking, he's just like, good job, Netempek! Ah! Netempek, help!
Help her!
He'll lean down slightly, and be like, get up, sweetheart. You're too cute to be killed by someone as ugly as this. And,
A vicious
healing
mockery
word her.
and cure wounds.
At the same time.
Amazing.
Healing
get up and die
mockery.
again.
They said it couldn't be done. Boop-a-doo-boo. Just gonna go ahead and I'll leave you there for now. Fenris, it is your turn. You just got up upon hearing that wonderful compliment.
So I stand up, which is an action.
That is
Or
half
all
your
my-
movement.
Awesome. I'm gonna hit him.
Do it.
Hopefully. We'll
Get
see.
him.
I'm gonna try and get him.
You nat 20. Now hold on.
Inspired
I
by
took
the compliment.
I took some time. You know those cards I like used before? I took some time to heckin' turn them into a table for you guys. If you want to, you can use this table and determine
Do it.
what you do with your critical. So just roll off that. Bludgeoning, bruised joints. You do maximum damage, so in that case, instead of hitting with I believe that's instead of hitting with a full critical, you do max damage and that effect. And you know what? We'll just say go ahead and like roll it with the critical damage anyways. So just roll the attack on him.
Yes. Okay. Critical. That sounds like the right one. Yes.
Where it says damage,
Oh my
click
God.
max.
Oh, max, not critical.
Yeah, it's okay. You also didn't target him. I'll just.
Everything
There
worked
you go.
out.
There you go. He had very little left anyways.
You like giving up?
Kind of.
Would you let me give up?
What would you give me in return?
I don't have anything.
You're not driving a very hard bargain there. Not giving me a very good reason to let you go, dear Wiser.
He seems to steel himself, looks to the bodies of his fallen comrades like,
I can do this for us.
and he renews his will to fight. He doesn't seem to want to give up.
You've made your decision. All right.
Aristo, what up?
All right. I guess I'll give violence another go.
Oh, nice.
Can't get better at something if you don't.
It's true.
It just
Yep.
takes practice.
And when you get knocked down, just get back up again, and then you'll notch 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nah, I won't use my inspiration.
I get knocked down, then I get up again. Witch bolt.
Which bolt?
Do you want to use the inspiration before I tell you if that hit or missed?
Sure.
All right, roll 1d6.
So much fucking shit.
You hit.
Nice. Sweet.
Hey.
All right. Let's put a little more pepper on this. Slightly more pepper.
Twice the damage as last time. Good job.
That's colder than it was last time! By a slight margin!
You're really feeling it now, aren't you, big guy?
Maybe next time wear a shirt.
Yeah, you're gonna
Get
poke
your
someone's
coat.
eye out, bud.
Slightly more pepper.
Feel like giving up yet?
No! Not after they gave their lives so we could try to have a better life! No!
You feel like giving up your life for them?
They gave up their lives for me!
You think they cared about you?
I'm done negotiating with you. I'm attacking now. This is not a conversation.
Swings axe. Misses.
Why can't I hit you? Stop moving, little man!
I'll save you, Vogan.
Do not save me!
Oh, Deco.
As
Do
a
it!
naked-
I am going to eat your horse when this is done.
No one says that to my horse. Get him!
That's a hit.
Oh fuck.
Yeah!
That's... How do you want to do this?
As a naked man on a horse by firelight.
A naked man on a horse by firelight, holding a standard.
How do you want to do
You're an
this?
asshole, Deco, but I love you.
I will wave the standard high in the air as it catches the light of the campfire, and I will slice downward with my family's seal and seal his life.
You'll never escape the threshers, Vanderbilt. You gotta go back someday, and they'll get my revenge for me. Mark my words.
He slowly slumps down.
I wish it didn't have to come to this. We could have fought one-on-one.
You'll meet the same fate as your father.
He said something about your dad. What happened to your dad?
I guess I didn't tell you everything, but I felt going to another country, it wouldn't really matter. And I guess they still haven't given up on whatever grudge they have. This man, Bilgog Stalemaw, he's a warlord who attacked a village near my family's estate. Me and Kitty were there. I was fresh into my order at the time. Worst comes to, I'll save the long story, but it ended with my father giving his life to get that monster and his army out of that city. With my father being gone, it's actually the reason I'm on this journey in the first place. If I wish to take his place on the council, then I need to retrieve my family heirloom, stolen by these bandits.
I certainly have not heard of them in a long time. My apologies for your family befalling to that. I hope you hold your memories of your father dear.
My memories of my father are very clear and very happy. He gave his life for the people. There is no nobler an end. Both my mother and my father gave their lives for my country, and I will the same.
He delivers all of this in his underwear.
Awkward.
Oh, definitely, every bit of it. He's even standing like as like this part gets there, and like as he was talking about his dad, his chest is puffed out with his Under Armour shirt, just standing in his boxers. By the way, the boxers have like little hearts on them.
Outstanding.
Perfect man.
How do you not have a wife?
I'm looking.
Oh,
So,
no
can Red
way.
Patterson
Couldn't
fill
say
an
no.
application? No. Okay.
Now that that's over, wipes off the blood from the tip of the spear, seeing if it, like how much of it got on the red standard. Now you know why the standard has to be red, cause blood. Anyway.
Well, that's a good fashion choice. I should do the same thing. Looks down at blue pastel clothing that's splattered with blood.
Looks at my own clothes. I think I'm covered.
Looks at
And
my
blood?
own skin.
Oh shit! Look at your skin.
No,
Are you okay?
What did he say? I missed it.
You seem to need aloe vera for your
He was like,
skin, sir.
he was like, looks at own skin. I think I'm okay.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go over to those trees over there and sleep for a little bit longer. He starts walking away, his boxers just illuminated by the campfire light.
I want there to be like a new rip where the butt is.
Just a cheek hanging out, not like both. Like keep it classy, but a singular cheek. Yes.
Yet another encounter in the night.
Another ogre shows up.
She's not gonna let
Come
us
on,
sleep.
man.
This game is cursed.
Give me something.
This game is fucking cursed.
I'm too awkward around someone I haven't talked to yet. Just,
This is why we should have rolled d6s. Instead of d4s, Logan.
That has nothing to do with the dice rolls.
I know.
I mean, it would help.
No, it wouldn't. Not with ones.
So you're a cleric of Tequin?
yes, that is where I come from.
I see. I'd like to ask you some questions, if you don't mind.
No. Do you think I will mind?
It's hard to say, really. You meet a whole lot of people, and some people mind. I just like to be polite. Have there been any unusual characters in your church's circle?
Well, actually, the same night that Lexi came to our temple, there was a peculiar mage. So,
Oh.
2 men, actually one of them was a tiefling, a spellcaster, if I recall properly.
And you never got a description of the other figure?
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunate indeed. I don't have a lot of clues to go on. I have reason to suspect that my target may have encountered the Church of Tequin at some point.
Your target?
Yes, I mentioned earlier I'm a detective. I was
Just
hired.
didn't know if you were hunting down anyone.
I was hired by a client to track down a very dangerous man. I don't have a lot of information to go on. They've been very careful about keeping their movements a secret. I'm not even quite sure of their name. This person has done a lot of harm from what I hear, and I'd hate for them to continue wreaking havoc when I can do something about it.
That seems rather noble.
But I thank you for your candor. Every little piece helps.
I enjoy conversation. And she's just gonna look back at Miriam. Similar to him, I enjoy getting to know the people around me.
Indeed. I have to say I am somewhat the same. I haven't had company this pleasant in quite a while. Vogan excluded, of course.
I was gonna say.
How dare you?
Yeah, she is a unique individual, I can tell that much.
She has decided to, at least as long as we're working together, to devote her time into what I aim to accomplish on this trip, and so I shall do the same for her.
I
And
envy
hopefully
your
for the rest of
camaraderie.
you. It's good not to be alone.
Indeed. Can get lonely from time to time.
All right.
I always had the temple, but close friends I'm not particularly inclined to having. It's easier when you're alone.
Yeah. He gets kind of a far off look in his eye, like, I certainly understand that.
All right.
Not that I certainly mind. And then she's gonna go back to reading her fucking prayer book.
I'll go back to watching.
I'd like one more perception check from the both of you.
Alright.
I know you were asleep, Lexi, but
How many
He's
things
like
are going
fucking-
bumping in the night?
Oh, so many things. are-
Improvement. Kind of.
Oh, where's my character? Oh, there it is. Character sheet. There you are.
Dude, I'm not using disguise self to sleep, but I'm just like curled up in my tail.
Yeah, so Fenris, as you guys are talking and as you go back to your things, a while later you see a fox go by.
Oh no!
I immediately
mention it.
get up.
Don't
and
mention
wait.
it.
I immediately
She has
start
to keep
chasing
watch.
Lexi away.
Lexi.
Instantly turn into a fox.
Yeah, I'm so.
A fox.
I enjoyed our candor, Aristo, but I have to follow my compatriot. There she goes.
By the time
did it
Lexi's
go?
up, the fox is gone.
No!
No!
We get to around when the sun's coming up, and we get to the last watch. So Quintus and Vogan, you two
I
get up.
rise with the morning.
Shush.
You guys take our spots. Get over there. Get over there.
Snuggled
I'd
back
like both of you to roll me perception checks.
May the blessing of Tequin follow you.
Bam. 2.
You did not get the blessing of Tequin,
Don't worry. I got this.
Fucking DeQuinn. Motherfucker still owes me money.
Why is that's good. This game is so fucking cursed. Yeah, nothing remarkable happens during your guys' watch.
Vogan, did I do something wrong? You seem distant.
Well, I'm not one to lie. Except, no, that's a lie. I can lie.
I
But-
totally can lie too. I get that.
But in the sake of this, you're loud and you're a human. So,
Oh, I was more
I'm
meaning
still-
about the fight earlier.
oh, the fight. Right.
Hmm. I'm used to people not liking me because I'm loud and I'm a human.
Right, yeah. Well, that wasn't your fault per se. That was more, I guess, something I'm working through.
I know that there's honor in fighting an opponent, and I do feel as if I took something from you, but there was still that part of me that was overcome as well from what he said he represented, and I'm sorry. I should have let you continue your honorable fight with him.
Oh, it's fine. If I had gotten the kill, I would have gone back to the old me. I guess. Thank you for taking that kill from me.
Anytime.
That's Vogan saying that. Fuck you, Deco.
That being said, if there is ever some time you want me to back off, just say the word.
No, say it.
If there's one thing that we in House Valor built, if there's one thing that we understand, it's honor.
Yeah, where I come from, honor's not a thing, so...
It's not a concept someone can't learn. This is pleasant.
Alrighty.
See a fox?
They don't see a fox.
All right, everybody up!
Good morning.
Okay, I'm getting up. I'm up.
Welcome
I
to
want
the
everybody.
morning, everyone.
I want everybody up and ready in 5 minutes. Do I make myself clear?
It takes 10 minutes to put on my armor.
I'll help you.
I'm Captain Brooke Weariel. I'm in charge here. I was told by some of our guests to look out for you.
You mentioned something earlier.
Yeah, what?
I should lead with the guild thing.
Well, yeah, unless you're a well-known guild, I'm guessing you just signed up. I don't know what the fuck the highest standard is.
That's us.
Okay, I know that now. I'm not probably gonna tell anyone, so you might want to make that clear. I'm here. Telling me doesn't tell people a town over, you know?
I get that. I've just been, kind of groomed to say the other thing first, and if I should say the other thing first, I'm good with that. I can say guild stuff first. I just wanted to make sure that was what I had to do.
All right. Glad we had this talk.
You're a good man.
If you would, Mr. Uriel, could you point us in the right direction so we can get the information on exactly what it is we're doing here?
Oh, yeah. You, want to talk to Kyverium? He's in the back. We turned a storage shed into a little makeshift lab for him.
He, points to a building that's directly on your left as you come in.
That is the infirmary. You're probably out wondering why I'm telling you that. Do not go in there, unless you want to catch amniosis. Alright?
That's what I had feared.
You understand that? Do not go in there. Listen, you can go in if Kyverium gives you permission, I guess. We were doing a training drill out in the woods a while back, a couple weeks ago. Well, months ago. And a geyser opened up in the ground. It just split open and mist poured out of it, and we didn't think anything of it. We thought some weird volcanic thing was going on. And then, next thing we knew, a whole bunch of us had been infected with this disease that eats away at your mind. Right? And, we called for help, or we told the city. They got in contact with a specialist, Kyverium Southrester, and he was sent here. And now, I guess he keeps bringing people in to assist him.
He takes you to the back. You see the windows to this place have mostly been closed over, but you see tiny little wafts of what looks like steam coming out from the cracks in the windows that have been shuttered.
He's a bit much, so good luck.
As you come in, you just hear an erratic voice coming from inside the room. It's like,
I did ask that you knock whenever you come in. Why do you... Ah, fuck. Wait, Brooke? Sorry, I can't see through the steam. Is that...
The highest standard.
As the steam clears, you hear the voice approaching you.
Guild, you say? So then a guild from... you must be from the Dragging Dagger then, yes, yes.
You hear it coming towards you. Initially can't tell where it is, then as the steam clears, you see that standing directly in front of you, Quintus, a man that is a third your size is standing staring up at you, a big ol' smile on his face. His hand outstretched.
Oh my god.
I like him.
Good to meet you. My name is Kyverium Southrester. It's very, very nice to meet you. Would you be the ones then that were sent by? You would have been hired through the Adventuring League, the Dragging Dagger then, and have you come to help me with my bandit problem?
Bandits.
You understand what's up. Tell me a little bit about yourself, sir. You look like a fine knight.
Oh, that's Sir I am. I am Sir Quintus Valorbilt of the Knights of the Red Lion, and House Valorbilt. We here have just formed a guild together, me and my compatriots. And my compatriots here are very talented, some of them are very talented spell people.
I give him a
They
deep
can
bow.
they can pull their own fingers off and put them back together.
Ah,
do
I
it.
see.
He like
That too.
he keeps waggling his hand towards you, clearly expecting a handshake.
I take it.
I am Kyverium Southrester, academic and advocate of the sciences. I have studied at no fewer than 6 of Highwave's most prodigious academies, and my name comes quickly to the lips of our nation's greatest minds. I have
I have
cured
the
over...
utmost
he
respect
continues
for science
on.
in all of its forms, my good sir.
He
Aggressive
continues
nodding.
on for a minute, giving a full dissertation on his qualifications.
The entire time I'm,
I'm
shaking
taking
his hand.
notes. I'm taking
The
notes.
You want
entire
notes?
time I'm shaking
Have
his
notes.
hand.
I have cured over 13 distinct strains of growth tumor, played chess with the Warforged King of the Rising Peak, and am close to completing my 14th journal on the health benefits of powdered mithril, dosed into common everyday foods. If you have any questions about myself, or my extensive time serving as a medic in the Grey Rock Adamantine mines during the infamous volcanic fume scare of 1687, please do ask, but we are short of time, so I ask you postpone such questions until a future time.
Walks over to Vogan, puts his hand out.
Yes, so sorry, how rude of me. I am Kyverian Southrester, the same
heard of it.
that has cured 13 strains of growth rumor. Spent
I've heard
expensive
about
time-
that.
And spent expensive periods of time examining the bodies of merfolk to cure them of silver scale, a quite nasty disease. I'm sure you haven't heard about it. And you're welcome.
There's a knock at the door from the outside. Yes! Kyverium, are they in there? Yes! I'm not doing anything untoward in here. There's no chemicals to worry about. Come on in. And the door opens. You guys see a half-elf, clearly dressed as a noble, carrying a couple weapons. He has daggers, rapiers, pretty much normal, standard traveling things, but he's wearing medium-length blonde hair, fairly pretty features, walks in. Right, so this is them then. All right.
Mr. Vermont, I presume?
Yes, I am. And you've already heard about my involvement.
Yes, I thank you for the kind gestures while we were in town.
I wanted to make you stay comfortable. Plus, I thought that you might want to enjoy Summergrass while you're around. It's a wonderful city. May I ask the name of your guild?
Well, we are the highest standard, raising the standard among guilds in this area.
Well, anyone that sets a proper bar in the town for any form of business is welcome. My philosophy is to aim high. The road ahead is blocked. It looks pretty deliberate. If something's going to happen, I'm guessing it's going to happen now. You hear a voice coming from out in the trees. Step away from the carriage!
He then throws a bomb into the thing. It was me.
It was me, Kensington. I was the bandit lord, the bandit king of Mott, Kensington. You guys just hear coming from out in the out from the tree line. All right, you two, step away from the carriage. Nobody has to get hurt. Just give us whatever's inside.
I shake Aristo.
All right. We don't want any trouble, so we're going to step away from the carriage then. You can have what's inside. It's unlocked. And you see him dart, he'll look back through the hole to it and, gives a nod to you guys. Peeking out the side, you guys see, emerging from the tree line.
Oh my god.
Brandon!
Edgar.
I
sons
swore.
of
See a couple of bandits stepping out and heading towards it. One of them raising a scimitar over towards Kensington, who has his hands up. His short sword is not drawn. He's just keeping his hands up, giving them a wide berth. Nobody has to get hurt, right? Kensington just nods. Brandon moves over.
As soon as that door opens, I'm stabbing him with.
He walks over. You said it was unlocked, right? So, what's in here anyways? You guys, I swear you never learn. You just keep sending these carriages over. You think that you just cut off your business with... And he pulls it open at that moment.
Hello there.
Have advantage. You can have advantage. You can have advantage on this attack. You were hidden.
Oh, thank God. All right.
Nice DM
All right.
Logan.
Oh, yeah! Fucking
Nice
get...
DM Logan.
Oh, I love you, nice DM Logan.
Fucking roll.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll off the table and then decide which one you want?
I would, yes.
All right, heckin'.
Yay!
So if it says maximum damage, it'll just a normal critical.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Hi-ya!
So
Knave to chops. Double damage.
double damage. Double damage in this case. So that is just like a normal
Regular crit?
critical. Yeah.
Yeah.
And max
Okay.
damage is the critical, but with maxed and so on.
Gotcha. All right. Hi-yeah!
Oh,
He's just like, I swear, you guys don't learn. You think that you'd opens it? A blade just comes out and goes through his torso. Come. Put it.
I thrust him out and jump out of the cavern.
And give him a little Eldritch Blasty Blast.
Go for it. Give it a little tiny bit more pepper than last time. That's a hit.
that's some pepper.
Hey,
It's gonna
Come
be
on,
the
throw on that pepper.
It's a
come
4.
on, yet additional pepper.
Be a 3, be a 3.
That's some pepper.
Hey,
Sir, that's too much
that is
pepper.
entirely too much pepper.
Let me bath you. Hopefully. Here I go.
Oh my God, guys!
My God.
I feel like that was worth the wait.
Yeah.
What is it? Just fucking just critical city on these bandits.
I saw Vogan do it and it looked like
Do
he
you-
was having fun.
Here, do you wanna?
God.
Here,
Oh, he looks like he's having a troubling amount of fun.
go ahead and roll
no,
that.
again.
I feel like they're gonna die.
They're gone. You pop out, leap by Vogan, and smash him in the side of the head with your mace, and he collapses to the ground instantly. Not a peep, just a sudden loud crack and hitting the floor.
It's my boy.
That seemed too easy.
Oh, there he is.
All right,
Oh wait,
Vogan.
that's a panther.
In which case, a panther comes running out and lunges at Aristo.
Oh, fuck.
That.
Pounce!
I mean, I don't think I have a choice.
Oh, look at you! Survive doing well on that.
Yeah.
It is going to go for a bite.
Goodbye.
That token for the panther looks like a silhouette for like a sexy lady like stretching out her legs.
You're so correct.
It goes for the attack. It misses also. It lunges at you. You move just in time for this panther to land where you were a second ago, and you hear its jaws snap. Then it just looks at you with its piercing yellow eyes and lets out a growl.
Oh. Oh, it just keeps going, huh? Good old glass jaw Sarge.
Keep on your toes, everyone. There's a lot more in the trees.
Speaking of a witch, Golian Gyoki is going to rush out and he's going to try to fucking take down Hodrick.
No.
Not a gnocchi.
All right.
my
he's
God.
he's going to do one thing really quickly. As he runs by, he's going to throw a Ebola at Aristo though as a bonus action.
He's gonna throw a what?
Ebola?
He's going to throw Ebola.
What?
It's
Bonus.
The disease?
No,
A
the thing
weapon!
that
Take-
your legs.
He hurls Ebola at you, but you manage to dodge. Congratulations. He rushes out at Hodrick. Shouldn't have resisted! And he misses. Panther 2. I didn't name the Panthers because they didn't have parents that gave them names.
I'm glad.
But
Oh.
all of these other
Hurt
bandits,
more.
they all had parents and families that had given them names, and they have
Yeah, but I don't
lives.
care about that.
Good.
Jesus
All
Christ.
right,
Kill them
all
too.
right.
No reason.
This Panther's going to run straight towards
Oh my God.
Vogan.
Wait, no.
On your
Fuck.
right.
Oh, no, Vogan!
Wait.
No.
Wait. Nah.
Goes for the bite. That is a hit. Bites into your shoulder. Does max damage.
Oh, no.
Then goes for a claw
Later
and
dudes.
misses.
No.
Oh.
You're not allowed to die. None of
right
us
you're
are.
Goes for a claw as it brings its claw and you reach up with your hand. You like grab its claw and hold it back as it's biting into your other shoulder. Until Beak Breaker Morith comes in, seeing you on the ground. And,
Yep.
he,
Leave him alone.
and he's going to throw his Ebola over at Fenris.
Ah!
Oh no.
Fenris, no!
I'm also screwed. Bye, guys.
Come on, I like both of you so much.
They throw the bowl at you, it wraps around you. You are prone and restrained as you fall to the ground. Riding horse will do nothing. Riding horse will do nothing. And Vogan, make a death save.
You got it, friendo.
Don't
Here it
net.
is, boys. He's nat 20. Ah, almost.
Well, it's a success,
Oh,
anyways.
God.
I'll take it, though. It's a success.
And he is going to get to about... He's going to actually go over to there, and then he's going to turn, and he is going to charge Fenris.
No! God.
He pounces.
Okay. This is fun.
You succeed. You are not knocked down.
Aha!
It is gonna go.
Hooray!
It is gonna go for a bite. Comes in for a bite. It does a hit.
Ah! How about thee?
Strikes you for
Ooh,
4
that was a good
damage.
chomp. Oh, no.
Goes for an attack on Hodrig. As Hodrig's being attacked from behind, he takes. Oh, he max damages him.
Oh!
Drives the scimitar up through him as he stabs into him and lifts him up slightly. Just gives a big toothy. Hodrig just spits in his blood in his face briefly, and then the light leaves his eyes. All right,
We're kind of
and
bunched up here.
Quintus!
We need to move.
Come on, Quintus!
in case one of these fucking bandits cast fireball,
That's what I'm saying.
you know there's gonna be one fireball bandit.
Bandit! Bandit!
He sees you coming. He sees the standard. You see him like the smile leaves his face and becomes more begrudging, and you see him mouth, "A valor built."
I get that a lot, apparently. All right,
So
let's
that's
go.
what this is, then.
If you know me, then you know what's coming next.
Yeah. As you rush at him, he starts running at you as well. You know, contextually, mechanically, he's still in that space.
Oh, well, there you go. He's
All
moving
right,
too
that's a
fast.
hit.
Oh, and never mind, he's not moving too fast.
It's
Fuck that guy. All right.
Oh, shit!
Take that.
Oh, good damage too. Fucking, you deal 8 damage to him. He runs at you. The spear comes in as he like leaps at you, attack you. The spear hits him and drives him back to the ground, pushing him back down out of his jump as you slash him.
Don't fear, everyone! That's all I say.
You heard him. No.
Just don't fear.
Now the turns of the real heroes. Riding horse, riding horse. Lexi, go! Lexi, roll perception.
Oh, okay.
There's a fox out in the woods.
I just run off from battle. That's it.
There's a fox out in the woods. Actually,
Oh my god.
Oh no.
it seems to be sitting and watching everything that's happening.
That was a joke.
Yeah. Art imitates life.
Where? Which direction? Because that's where I'm going.
The way you guys are looking, it's out there. You do have common sense, remember?
I know.
Lexi, do you know?
Lexi,
Follow your
Are
heart,
you-
Lexi.
I'm your
You do you.
Yeah, you do you, Lexi. Listen, I know if I die, you're not gonna be too
Don't worry, Lexi.
shucking up.
I'm here. You don't have
It's
to be
valid.
here.
Ferris, I'm gonna stay here, but that could be Kevin, so I have to check after, okay?
I know, I
Okay.
understand. If you wouldn't know, I
Okay.
still would understand. I know.
Okay, we have to get rid of these guys like really fast because
I
we can run
know.
away.
Glassjaw is going to rush forward and is going to attempt to attack. Quintus.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He hits.
No!
He slashes. You take. You take 6 damage.
Oh no!
All right, and
Oh my god! All right, fucking.
So about this fight.
There you go. Roll off the table.
Vogan. Woo! I love Vogan so much.
Double damage. So that's a normal crit, and if the target is blinded until the end of its next turn.
assuming it survives.
I mean, it'll still be blinded at that point.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Finish this fight.
It'll
I'm
never
not
feel
dead.
anything
go ahead and
again.
roll your damage.
All right, yeah.
No, it's dead.
Hooray!
Golian's turn. Golian sees the owl,
No, you don't.
aims his weapon, and fires. He misses.
Yeah! At least he's wasting his attack.
You leave Billy alone!
You son of a bitch!
He's a good boy.
Panther is going to, he's going to go ahead and run over here. As anybody want an opportunity to attack him?
Yes.
3 of
Yes,
you
I do.
can.
Yes!
Wait, 3 of us?
I can as well!
Yeah, it's true. All 4 of you can. He runs.
y'all!
All right, yeah, go ahead and roll damage against the kitty.
Frickin' day!
Its plan was to back up
It
and
was
then
definitely
lunge,
gonna
but it
cause-
didn't get
cause
that.
someone.
Big Breaker's gonna go ahead, and he's gonna go ahead and attack Miriam.
boy.
Looks the worse off to him. He's gonna go for him. He misses.
Yeah!
Riding horse, Lexi!
It's a hit.
Hell yeah.
Make sure to add the sneak attack damage.
did.
There you go.
Die.
Oh, he's so close! You stab into him. As he turns and sees his panther get just slaughtered, you take advantage and strike him with your knife in the side with your short sword. Glassjaw is going to charge Aristo.
What the fuck did I tell you, Glassjaw?
Glassjaw don't give a fuck.
Then you left him alone.
Glassjaw
He raises a crossbow towards Aristo, who like meets eyes with him, and then he lowers the crossbow.
I like smart people.
Yeah.
Miriam, okay, concept. Heal yourself.
Do it.
Say, friend, could you tell me your name? Because I'd really like to know what we're gonna write on your tombstone. Oh, I'm sorry. That means we'd be burying you, and I only think important people get there.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, good sir. Fuck.
Suddenly the riding horses come to the rescue.
Come on.
Here comes that second one. Oh,
Son of a bitch!
fuck you,
Fuck level 1!
Gendo!
He's
We're
being
all
a
like,
good boy.
die, Gendo, and you're just keeping an eye on Glass.
It's like, you don't move. You know what happens if you move.
There's a whole other thing going on over there.
You know
sat there,
what happens when you move.
So, sorry, Vogan. I know I said I'd leave you this one, but also, oh, be mad.
Yeah.
Nat19! Take another inspiration and go ahead and hit.
Damn, bro.
Jeez, girl, you a 19 machine.
How do you want to do this?
Very bluntly raise over the head and then hit through the top of the skull situation.
So pretty much the same way that you've been doing it.
Yeah.
You raise up the mace, you smack him on the back of the head. He just like spins a little, looks to all of you, and just gives a oh damn, hits the ground.
I'm sorry, Vogan. I didn't leave that one for you. She says, covered in blood, all of a sudden shy
You're still
again.
breathing a bit. If you stab him now, you can take it credit. He's probably not fully brain dead yet. Oh no.
Jumps off a Winchester and goes over here.
Can I start running off into the forest?
Yeah.
I'll pursue after
If you
Lexi.
look back in that direction, the fox is no longer there.
We'll be back, you guys. Like, fucking hold on to this guy. We'll be back.
Very slowly. And it just, when it hears you guys chasing it, it turns and sits and just looks towards the group of you. It tilts its head slightly and lets out a very light little yip.
Turns into a fox. Approaches fox.
No, just letting you approach it.
I'm
Turns into
sniffing
One of its paws comes up and it just scratches its head, just ruffles one of its ears a little bit. This fox is not acting like a regular wild fox.
Oh my god!
Upon closer inspection, you notice a few details about it, like it's got little poofy bits at the bottom of its feet. Its tail is a bit bushier than a normal fox's is.
You know, this is actually a rare subspecies of regular fox.
Right.
Called semi-regular fox.
I can't talk while I'm in foxy form. Okay, I have to turn back.
Yip 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 yip.
It gets up
yip, yip.
and it starts circling around you.
I feel like you might be the same as me. Like, are you a Quetzadria too? Because I've only ever met one other one, and like, if you're Kevin, you have to tell me, okay?
It tilts its head, confused at the name Kevin, at you.
Okay, well, if you're any kind of Quetzadria, you have to tell me.
It stops and taps its foot twice.
Is this a universal animal?
It's like Winchester. It said two.
That just said two. That's what she's thinking.
And then lets out a
Winchester.
series of tiny yips at you.
Can you turn into people like me so I can talk to you, or what?
It
I don't know what to do.
starts
There is-
running back
what is
towards
it?
the carriage.
Oh, we have to catch it!
So, got a name?
They call me Sarge.
All right, Sarge.
Oh, Sarge. Who do you work for?
Break
We're
his
a guild,
kneecaps.
known as the highest standard, bringing a new standard of living to these parts.
Oh yeah? You're a guild then? And I'ma guess you were hired to stop us then, eh?
You've been making a bit of a ruckus, haven't you?
Yeah, you really shouldn't be. You're a Vanderbilt. Emblem on that standard of yours is it's on that box, isn't it?
Yes, it is. How about you tell me more about that?
I've seen the box. I assume that's what you're here for. But well, what is there to say?
Where is it? That's one thing.
Why not?
Why's that?
At this point, the fox runs out from where you guys were and just darts up on top of the carriage.
You guys don't hurt us, and I'm gonna get Sandra. I didn't do anything. It's that one.
Oh, Lexi's back there.
Fox. Not every fox is Lexi.
And I
damn
did
it.
say, and I'm really sorry to say this to the lot of you, but I did say you really should not be here. So, sorry about this.
As he says that, you see a very faint, flicker of magical energy. And you see the fox that's on top of the carriage shift into a humanoid form that many of you have already seen by this point.
I was gonna say.
Yep. Legs kicking up in the air, sort of stretching back playfully.
Shit.
I don't think I've seen
All right.
her.
Oh, I love her.
Oh, look at that. Wife! I'm kidding.
Just look.
Oh, you know that's not Kevin.
I figured.
Yeah.
I'll count.
You're
on
right.
the count of
Not Kevin.
Oh, you're doing it, Logan.
And he was right. My name is Scandal. It's very nice to meet you.
Would you mind coming down and answering a couple of questions for us?
I think you have
I'm
your
perfectly
hands
willing
full.
to hand this guy back over to
I
you.
think you've actually got your hands full down there, don't you? Isn't that right? And she looks up. You guys turn just in time to see a very large figure. And then as you all turn, you just hear the glass jaws being like,
Alright, so now you can see him, 'cause now he's not invisible.
and you see this figure stepping out of the forest,
Oh!
coming out of being invisible.
It's good old tiny head dragon man.
So he's going to be taking an attack, and that initiative's going to be rolled again. He raises up that massive sword. Just towering over you, Lexi, as you turn. He's going to get advantage on this first attack against you. Yep. He brings the blade down on you, striking you with the blunt edge and knocking you out with one attack. Looks up towards the lot of you.
Worry about yourselves. I am Murkwire. Brand that into your memories before I take them from you.
He strikes Miriam and continues walking through the party. He's gonna go for another attack on Fenris.
God, fuck off,
No!
man. You leave me alone. I don't have anything to say to you to make you.
He
Then it'll
hits.
just be me and the boys!
That's just so bad.
This is surprising to me! His eyes lock onto Vogan. He's going. I'm glad he hasn't criticaled. If he criticals on anyone, I may just have to call it a death.
That's fair.
He hits, he brings it up.
How many attacks does he have?
3. Vogan survives! He brings it down! He got minimum damage! He brings it down, strikes Vogan with the handle of it.
Minimum damage is not supposed to make
You're
you
durable, aren't you? Trying to find your box, Vanderbilt. I wonder, did you bring me its key?
No.
Of course not.
Say
I'm just
nothing,
getting, instead of
girl.
saying anything to him, I'm just gonna smile at him.
What? No,
What's
let me
Venadath gonna do?
Help! Help!
I'm gonna dismiss him as an
No!
No, why? Why?
he'll just get killed.
So he's a familiar.
We will literally pay for your familiar next episode. Or next session.
Why?
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Help!
Help!
He's gonna gonna dismiss him.
All right, he's gone.
All right.
Bye, Billy.
His baby.
Get him, Winchester!
Fuck him up.
Oh, Winchester.
Get him!
Fuck
Oh
him
yeah,
up, Winchester!
Winchester should be a large creature. 1 second. Size 10.
Winchester's dead.
Winchester's.
Winchester!
Hey!
Nay! He goes in for a hoof attack. He got a 20. Yeah! He slams into Murkwire, who buckles and is like shifted back because who wouldn't if a horse fucking hit them?
Motherfucking Winchester!
Oh, I love him.
Nay!
I sense something familiar about you. Something idolic. What secret do you have? Hmm?
He gets very, very close to you.
Why am I unconscious right now? I hate it.
I
I
know.
don't know what you think you know about me, but you would do best to cease this line of questioning.
Just like turn around and see that everyone is
He
down except the horse.
You fucking Aristo goes for an attack, tries to attack Glassjaw, but he's like preoccupied with that, and he just turns back like, "Guys, I couldn't manage to." Looks back. Oh no!
All right, current plan. Can I steal Winchester and escape?
He is.
Yes, do that!
He is
Do
action surging.
No!
Oh, come on, Logan!
Hey, I'm just giving him what he has. He's gonna. He steps over this body, looks towards you. Sarge is also
Does
behind him.
Winchester opportunity attack him?
You know he does. Of course he does. Winchester would never miss an opportunity.
Motherfucking Winchester!
And hits, might I add.
Oh, he's bloodied!
Winchester!
He strikes him in the back. He like stumbles forward. Again, horse. He stumbles forward and uses the greatsword as a counterbalance. He reels back, and he breathes a cone of fire. Incinerating you guys and that. Heckin'. As he unleashes that cone, you see, just before he does, you hear him just go like,
Scandal, soften this for him.
you find yourself blacking out. The last thing you hear is a distinct girlish giggling coming from up above you. Everything goes dark with just a very faint.
Now, what can you tell me?
You all see a very faint blue glow of the great sword as your vision blacks out. That's the last thing that you see and remember. The last things that you hear again are him speaking, and then this very large garbled collection of words, both from the voice of the Kitsadria woman that you had just encountered over the course of, it seems like a whole slew of different conversations all get mashed together at once. The lot of you experience the sensation of what feels like the pain of days of torture all at once. And every time you feel like you come close to regaining consciousness, a blue light again just seems to wipe you out. Until finally, Fenris, you hear a very soft voice speaking to you in the darkness. That dry, that taste of dry, contaminated air entering your lung, and you see the image of something you recognize to be a very elaborately dressed woman in white, seemingly. You don't feel like you have a body in this like dark space you're in, but this woman seems to be leaning over the void that is your consciousness. That brings you back just enough that you open your eyes. Around you, there's very little light. A quick look around you reveals that there is a series of bones, skeletons, some corpses that look like they've been picked clean. Like, looking around, you seem to be in a pit with an incredibly tall ceiling rising up above you. On the top of this ceiling, in this large pit that you're in, you see a crack of light, like a very large line of light pouring down through it into the room, illuminating everything, kind of slowly closing and almost closing all the way. You see all sorts of corpses in what appears to be a very large open burial mound. And we are going to end there. So goodbye, YouTube!
Goodbye.